Today is Thursday. I'm Lashana Guy, and this is Good News Only, the show where we celebrate the stories that uplift and inspire us all. Every weekday at 10:30 a.m., we are recapping the good news only, the inspiring moments, the feel-good headlines, and the local wins that bring a little more light to your day. And I want to hear from you too. So if something good is happening in your world, quiet on the set, please. If something good is happening in your world. He hates it when I do it. You guys know who it is. It is Leon Hendricks yet again. Talking while I'm talking to you. I had to say something to her. Well, I want to hear from you. So can you please send me an email? It is. Please send me an email to news25 at week.com and remember to put Hey Shauna, that's SHAUNA in the subject line so I know it's for me. I would love to share your good news right here on the show. Now, today's show is full of good news as usual. For starters, you know what? I wanted to ask you something. For those of you who have kids in college, or, even if they're 19, 20, in that early adulthood age range where they're just trying to figure it out. Tay called me yesterday, and she was asking, for those of you who are new here, Taylin, we call her Tay here on the show. She is my daughter. She's in college in Kansas City and Missouri. And she called me yesterday, and she was just so overwhelmed, so worked up about life decisions, like what to do next. So she's in school for bio and chemistry. So she's a biochem major, pre med. And now she's just kind of like thinking she's not sure if she wants to follow that path and go to school to be an obstetrician, or if she wants to do. She's been teetering back and forth anyway about just being a biologist and mainly in working mainly in research. But she's just not sure. There's so many options now that she's in school. And she's just like, Mom, there's so many things I can do that I have interest in that I would want to do. And I'm not sure that I want to be in college for the next 10 years or so of my life. I don't, there's just lots of things I want to do now. And so she's like, I don't know how to feel about that. And I don't want to disappoint people. And I don't know which path to choose, what would be best. And I just told her, I said, the only person you have to worry about disappointing is yourself. And she seemed satisfied with that, still a little nervous, but I just wonder, like, is that normal? Like, if you have a child that age in a similar place in life, let me know. What advice did you give them? I did the best I could because at that point in my life, I was already married with a baby, right? Like, I mean, if I had the sense God gave me, I probably would have been questioning my life choices then. But um, I and maybe I didn't know. I don't know. I was married. I knew for sure at that point in my life I wanted to be married with a baby. Um, and I knew other things about what I wanted to do with my life. But she is free. She's not married. She does. Now, I wasn't married at 19. I should take that back. I was engaged to be married, and we didn't have her yet. But my life was headed in that direction already. So I already knew as far as family what was happening. And I think that just kind of took precedence over everything else. Everything else was on a back burner at that point. So I'm glad she's at a place where she could put herself first, and she is putting herself first. But and I did the best I could to just kind of encourage her to think about what she wanted and not worry about disappointing anybody else. I told her the most important person in her life at this point is her. And but I always feel like I try to give her similar advice and keep her calm in that way and empower her to make decisions about what she wants for herself, what feels good now for her. But I'm not sure. I need to know from somebody who's had experience with this. What advice did you give your kids at this point in life? News25week.com, and make sure you put Hey Shauna, SHAUNA, so I know it's for me. We'll have more good news coming up after the break. Welcome back to Good News Only. So, a major milestone for the Peoria Fire Department. Let's take a look at that, shall we? So, as the brand new Station 16 officially opens its doors, replacing the city's oldest fire station that served the community for more than a century, this marks a major milestone for the Peoria Fire Department. The original station opened in 1922 and protected Peoria residents for over 100 years before being demolished in February of 2025. That was fast. They got that done really quickly. That's really nice. Let me fix this little lower third for you all so you know for sure that it is local news. But that's really quick for February, and now here we are in March. Oh no! I'm sorry. So that was a year ago. We're in 2026. The years are flying by, and I'm getting older with it. So the new $5 million facility features modern upgrades, including a high-tech alert system that tracks how quickly firefighters respond once a call comes in. Another major improvement is an on site air bottle refueling station, helping crews recover faster instead of traveling across town to refill their equipment. So the station already jumped right into action, responding to 5 calls within its first day. There are a lot of fires here. If you know anything about like data around fires in cities this size or whatever, however the data would have to measure out, let me know because I'm like, there's so many fires. Are there more fires here than anywhere else, or is it just because I work down to the news station and now I'm aware of all the fires that are going on? I mean, there's always a fire. Why is that? Anyway, news25week.com, or you can send me this information if you follow me on Facebook. And that Facebook page to follow is 25 News, Good News Only. Why are there so many fires here? If you know the answer to that, let me know. So they responded to 5 fires in the first day, including another while crews were on the scene for the grand opening. Oof. The building also includes a community room, giving residents a chance to learn more about the work that firefighters do day and night to keep the city safe. And I mean, day and night there's a fire. The department plans to grow from 18 firefighters to 21 by June, thanks to a federal Safer grant that helps expand emergency staffing. So congratulations to them, and I hope they enjoy their new working space. And thank them. I thank them for all that they do, keeping us safe and risking their lives to do so. So great job, and congrats to them. So in other news, there's a fun way to help local wildlife programs while picking a name for a new arrival at Miller Park Zoo. So the zoo is asking the public to help name its newest Wallaroo. Now, is that a combination of something like a wallaby? Oh, it is. Sorry. Its newest baby wallaroo, a unique marsupial species, not a mix. It's not a mix between a wallaby. I was gonna say that it was, but it's not a mix between a wallaby and a kangaroo, as many people assume. I would be one of those many people. What is that then? Fans can, and we're not gonna find out, I guess, today. It's just what it is. It looks like a mouse. It is, a fun fact about Taylin. Tay is afraid of kangaroos. Now, I don't have a feeling about them one way or the other, but she can't even look at them. The way I can't look at a certain reptile with a whose name begins with an S. She cannot stand to look at a kangaroo. I don't know why she's like that, and it's so random. But I wonder how she would feel about these wallaroos. Probably not much better. So fans can vote by donating through the Miller Park Zoological Society website, choosing between the names Coco, Penelope, and Sydney. I like Sydney. That's ironic, and maybe Penelope because I like the way the word rolls off the tongue. Penelope or Sydney. What do you like? Send me an email, news25wek.com, and let me know if you're going to vote. You absolutely should vote. And Leon is back, not quiet on set. And so we have another person who's being insubordinate. How wonderful is that? If you wanted to know who that was, well, that was Peter Curry, Leon's assistant. Back to important news. The name receiving the most donations will become the official name of the baby wallaroo. And every vote supports the zoo's programs, including education, conservation efforts, and animal care. So that's really cool. That's really fun and a meaningful way to support local wildlife. So the winning name will be revealed March 9th. And that's right around the corner. So get those votes in quickly, giving the public just a few more days to cast your votes. My vote would be Sydney or Penelope. Again, I like those two names. And in other news, we have great news actually about breast cancer and breast cancer deaths. Take a look at this. Now, this is not local news, this is national news. So I'm going to change this so we know that. That's good news across the board. So, encouraging news in the fight against breast cancer as survival rates continue to improve across the United States. A new study published in The Lancet found death rates from breast cancer have dropped by more than 40%. That is amazing news. The report looked at trends between 1990 and 2023 and also found new diagnoses have decreased by nearly 30%. Experts say improvements in advanced screening, earlier detection, and better treatments are helping make the disease far less deadly. However, the report also highlights global disparities with lower income countries still facing breast cancer death rates above 80%. Researchers say continued access to screenings and care will be key in keeping progress moving forward. My mother is a breast cancer survivor, and I have a couple of close friends and other family members who are breast cancer survivors. I just remember years and years ago, like as a kid, I didn't hear about it much. I think at that time, I think the major one for us, and maybe it was just because it hit so close to home, was lung cancer. But then there was just suddenly this surge in like breast cancer, and then all of a sudden my mom had breast cancer, and it didn't run in our family as you would think, right? Like I thought, well, it doesn't run in our family, so we're safer. But then my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer about 10 years ago, and that was the scariest, most surreal event in our life. She found the lump Christmas Eve, and we both knew. I lived next door to her then. and I live next door to her now. It's very ironic. But she came next door to my house Christmas morning, and she's like, "I feel this, feel it." And usually you're like, "Oh, I am anyway." I'm like, "Mom, you're so dramatic." But as soon as I touched it, I knew instant. I knew it. I knew it like she knew it, and we just looked at each other and like in the eyes, and it was just like, I said, "We are going to enjoy today. We're going to enjoy today, and then you're going to call tomorrow. But we're going to enjoy today because we don't know anything today, but we both knew it." And I told her everything was going to be okay. And it was. Thankfully, she's still here with us. She got the treatment she needed, but there are so many who don't make it, right? And then there are so many who are still struggling and fighting through. So I would like to encourage everyone to do your due diligence and check yourself, know your body. Encourage your friends and family members to know their bodies and to go to the doctor and get any little change, even if you think it's not a big deal, it's nothing. Go see. Go make sure that you are taken care of. Even men, it is so important. Early detection really does make a lot of difference in the saving of your life and the heartache that a diagnosis like this can and will cause. So that's my little spiel for that. After the break, we're going to be talking about the American Academy of Pediatrics and their new updates to the recommendations for screen time and family time. There's a lot in the news right now about screen time with these kids. And so we're going to talk about it after the break. Welcome back to Good News Only. So, the American Academy of Pediatrics is updating It's recommendations for children's screen time shifting away from strict time limits. Instead, experts say parents should focus on quality content and balancing screen use with family time and physical activity. So, psychologists at Cleveland Clinic Children's say excessive screen time can affect mood, learning, and social relationships for kids. I would venture to say it does the same for adults too, but what do I know? Too much time on devices can also mean less physical activity, which is important for healthy development. I know less physical activity for being on the phone is an issue for me. Experts say parents can create balance by allowing some downtime on devices and then planning family activities like reading, walking, or playing games together. Doctors also say parents should be patient if they start reducing screen time. Some resistance from kids is normal, but consistency helps to build healthy habits. I think this is a great idea. I think these are all valid points made. I think these are valid points to be made for adults as well. And, looking at this particular clip in this video made me remember how it made me just remember being at my grandmother's house at the kitchen table, playing cards, playing all kind of. You remember I Declare War? We used to play I Declare War. Oh my God, we used to play Slap Aces. It was so much fun with my grandmother and with my cousins. And I mean, I also play with my siblings at home. But looking at that scene, like literally taking the time to turn everything off, TV included, and just sit with the kids, sit with the family, and play a game. It's just such a core memory, a wholesome core memory that I've cherished those memories and I'll never forget them. So I think these are great ideas, and I hope some of you are able to take advantage of such advice. So listen, memory kits can help with dementia, and a thoughtful program in Fort Wayne is helping people living with memory challenges reconnect with their past. So, the Allen County Public Library launched its Memory Kit initiative in 2022, and this was to make the library services more accessible. According to the National Institutes of Health, around 16 million Americans experience memory challenges such as dementia. The kits include sensory items like books and music and photos, and sense design to spark memories in a natural, comfortable way. Library staff say the goal is to encourage conversation without putting pressure on someone to remember specific details. And families can check out the kits for 3 weeks, giving caregivers healthy and helpful tools to connect with loved ones. I think that is great news. We'll have more good news after the break. Uh huh. And I said your name. Out of here on Friday. Can't wait. Welcome back to Good News Only. Lord, I cannot seem to catch a break. Somebody's always over here bothering me, moving the mic and such. When I have 5 seconds to come back to you all and say goodbye. Well, that's a wrap for me today. Now I want to hear from you. Please go to news25wek.com and be sure to let me know what you thought about today's show. Make sure you put Hey Shauna, that's SHAUNA, in the subject line so I know it's for me. And in the meantime, be sure to check out the midday newscast and meet me back here today at 1 p.m. for more Good News Only. I'm LaShawna Guy for 25 News. Have a wonderful morning.